Welcome to the I Am Mom Summit. I'm so happy that you are here. My name is Mika Perry. Welcome to my home. I am a former professional organizer and teacher turned lifestyle blogger and co-host of the Good to Be Home podcast. Now, I am a mom of 3 daughters, ages 4 through 14. So I have one in preschool, one in elementary school, and one in high school. So I definitely know what comes with all the different age groups there, and they definitely keep me busy. So I am here today to share something that I am really passionate about. And the reason why I'm passionate about it is because it has been game-changing for me in my mom life. And that is morning and night routines. Now, I went from being a really overwhelmed, tired, scattered, frustrated, stressed out mom to a much more calm, peaceful, joyful, focused, clear, and happy mom. Not all the time. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but there is a distinct difference with my before me and after me. And what happened in between? Morning and night routines. I can't tell you how much benefit these two things have brought into my life. So that is why I am here today. So let's get started. So let's start with morning routines. Morning routines, I think you might hear more about. So that's why we're starting there. And morning routines are actually really commonly discussed and studied around like CEOs and athletes and high performers. Their morning routines, what are the steps? What do they do? And the reason why they've gotten to success is because they didn't wing it. They had a plan, they had systems, and they had routines to get to where they are today. And that includes their morning routine. Now you may be saying, well, Mika, that's great, but I'm not a CEO, I'm not a professional athlete. What does this have to do with me? Well, we as moms have the most important job, and your life matters. Your purpose matters, and your performance matters. I think more than a CEO and an athlete. And however, we as moms so often put ourselves at the bottom of the totem pole of life, and all the responsibilities that we have pile up on top of us. It's, natural. We want to make sure that everyone else's needs are met, that, we tend to all the important things. But that leaves us at the bottom. And that eventually leads to stress and burnout. And the reason why I know that is because I was there actually many times in life. And what pulled me out from that were organization, systems, routines, habits, healthful habits. And a big part of that were morning and night routines. So back to the morning routine. So why is that important for you? Well, first, you have to create habits around what is important to you. You have to create habits around your priorities. So that means you have to have habits in place that protect your mental health, your physical health, your faith, and your spiritual well-being. And also just your whole life, whatever is important in your life, your family, your to-dos, whatever it is, your business. You have to create habits around them. Otherwise, you're just winging it and you're leaving it to chance every single day. Now, a morning routine can help you create those habits that then you start off the day attending to what's important to you, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, your priorities, all the important things. You're starting off the day right instead of leaving all those things to chance for the rest of the day and hoping that you pay attention to the various different categories throughout the day. The second reason why a morning routine is important is because, and I do have notes here so I don't miss anything. I only have 15 minutes, you guys, 20 minutes. The reason why is because you want to start off in a proactive state, not a reactive state. So proactive means that you are feeling one step ahead of everything. Reactive means that you are waking up with your kid in your face, snooze alarm, and you are just reacting. And that leads to a lot of friction and a lot of frustration in your day. And that's just not a good way to start. It's not going to make you feel good. And the third reason why a morning routine is important is because it helps you wake up. A lot of times people think, well, that must be nice for you to have these morning routines because you must be a morning person. It must be easy for you. It's not. It wasn't when I first started because I was a night owl. And even still, it's hard for me because it's dark out. I'm tired. It was a late night, whatever it may be. But I prioritize it and I wake up early. And it helps me wake up. These routines really help me to just start the day and be awake. Now, what can a morning routine be? What does it look like? Well, first, a morning routine can be anything you want it to be. It's totally customizable. I always say when it comes to even like kitchen organization, the best kind of organization is one that is customized to your needs. So I don't want you to think of morning routines as being this rigid thing that you have to follow step by step. Similarly, related, number two, a morning routine is not a set schedule. It's flexible. I think when you hear about routines, so often we think, well, it's going to box me in. I like to live a more free life, and I get that. But a routine is just something for you to not have to decide on every single day. It's already decided because you set it out at one point in time. So it is just a flexible flow, a set of steps that you can follow, but it's not a schedule that starts at this minute and seconds and ends at this time. The third thing I want you to remember about what a morning routine is that it creates those habits. So I mentioned the habits to support what's important to you. Well, habits come from creating routines that repeat those actions. So once you repeat it over and over, think of like your phone. It becomes a habit checking your phone and using your phone because you have repeatedly picked it up, turned it on, picked it up, turned it on. And it's almost like this unseen routine that you've created, and that's why it's a habit now. So if you do have a routine with helpful things, it will lead to more healthful and helpful habits. So what are some of the things that you can put in your morning routine? Well, it can be a lot of things, but I first like to create in my own personal routine is creating a wakeful environment. So like I said, if you're not a morning person, this is particularly important. I like to open up the blinds, open up the windows, turn on the lights. I like to turn on music that's uplifting and is positive. There it is, the essential oil diffuser. I go around the house and I might look like a crazy person, but I'm putting on diffusers everywhere of orange and mint because that really wakes me up. Maybe you can light a candle. Whatever it is to create a wakeful environment could be part of your morning routine. Another thing is hydration and nutrition. Starting off the morning hydrated and full of good nutrients, whether that's food or maybe like a smoothie or a protein shake, that's really important. Number three is something like a skincare routine or taking care of yourself, getting dressed, maybe doing your face, your makeup. As part of my skincare routine, I like to ice my face. That also wakes me up. That's something I like to do. And then another thing to include in a morning routine and think about is meditation or prayer. I do both. And meditation, I used to be really scared of. I've been practicing it for about 4 or 5 years. And initially I thought it was like not for me. But I found out it is just like a decluttering session for your mind. And then that leaves me much more clear-headed and ready to move over into prayer. So that's been really helpful for me. So these things all sound nice, right? And you may be thinking, well, that's great, but I'm a mom, I'm busy, I have kids. It's crazy, it's chaotic. Well, here are some tips on how to make morning routines work as a mom. First, wake up early. Just gonna say it, you have to wake up early. And specifically, waking up early before your kids. So it doesn't mean you have to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. That's not what I'm saying, but just wake up before your kids. That way, you're not stuck in that reactive state. You are giving yourself ample time to be proactive. So it could be 10 minutes before your kids. It could be 30 minutes. For me, it's about an hour. So whatever that looks like for you, but I say that you do have to wake up early to make it happen. You can't sleep in. Number two, don't aim for perfection. I think a lot of us can have like an all or nothing mentality, and that's really not helpful, especially when it comes to morning routines. Don't aim to have it be perfect every single time. There's times it's not going to happen. It happens to me all the time. But it's so much better to even just do one part of your routine than none at all. And similarly, if you've been doing it for a while and it's going great and then you have a setback, it can be like kind of, bring you down and think, oh, now I have to get back into the routine and it's going to be hard. But having that routine there for you to step back into, especially after illness, like when the plague comes through your house, or you've been traveling, or, it's been a particularly busy season of your life, those routines are awesome to have for you to just step back right into and then go back into your healthful habits that are going to support the priorities in your life. Number 3, how to make it work as a busy mom, morning routines, is to prepare the night before. So that leads me to night routines. So you might be thinking, well, I can't wake up early. That's great, that it works for you, but mornings are chaotic. I like to sleep in. I have late nights. It just doesn't work for me. Well, the key here is a night routine. Your night routine is the secret to better mornings. Now, what do I mean by that? It's because it does 2 things. First, a night routine helps you get more rest. That means you have that much more energy for your next day, for the next morning. And the second thing a night routine does is it helps prepare you for your next day. And you're not doing all those tasks in the morning in addition to your morning routine. So I want you to ask, when you're thinking about the night routine, is how can I help my morning self? That's the mentality that you want to have when thinking about your night routine. So what can a night routine be? Well, it's thinking of what are the tasks that I do in the mornings and doing them the night before. For me, it's actually filling the diffuser with water, not the oils, but I just fill all the diffusers with water beforehand. I put out the cups that I need. I fill the kids' water bottles. I put out the plates and the dishes for breakfast. I even sometimes put, if we're having cereal, I put the cereal container right there. Anything that you're gonna need in the morning, doing that the night before. I think we find ourselves often with more time, more predictable time, reliable time at night. So that is what you want to take advantage of and leverage for yourself so that you're not doing all those things in the mornings. It's all these fractions of seconds and minutes adding up to help your morning self. Another thing a night routine can be for you is creating rituals around getting sleep, and not just sleep, but rest. It is it's not overlooked now. I would say, it is coming back and people are focusing on the importance of sleep. But it can be really easy to push sleep aside so that you can get things done. But over time that compounds and you are not at your best self. So it's really important to get good rest, and your night routine can support that. So what are some of the things that can be in your night routine? Well, setting out the items for the next day, like I mentioned, water bottles, lunches, whatever, like your purse, your keys. You can also set out the items that you're personally going to need. So that could be like you're charging your AirPods or your iPhone and your laptop, and setting out your planner and whatever you may need personally for you, setting those out so you're not scrambling for them the night before. For rituals for getting ready for sleep, I try to think of like a spa environment, and it doesn't have to be pricey, it doesn't have to be elaborate, but diffusing lavender. I have like a not expensive, like warmable neck pillow that I put on. We do have a massage chair that my husband got, and I thought it was the ugliest thing, and now I love it. And sometimes I'll sit in there and just kind of help my body relax. And I keep the phone away from our bedroom. It's really hard, but that is something that I prioritized and decided to do, and it's really helped me get better rest because I'm not distracted. And you want to find the things, whatever it may be that I maybe not mentioned here, that will create friction for you in the morning, whatever that is, whether it's with your kids or yourself or your work, and do it the night before. And I promise you, you will be so happy that you did it at night instead of during those chaotic mornings. So just like morning routines, how do I make this night routine work as a mom? Well, first is to practice self-discipline and just do it. Just like you're tired in the morning and it's like, oh, I gotta wake myself up. At night times we're tired and we wanna head to bed. But every time that I devote some time to preparing myself for the next day and for sleep, I am always so happy and so grateful that I did it, and I'm well rewarded. Another tip is to start with a task that you enjoy the most. And start with that because that's going to create the friction. So instead of saying, okay, I'm going to set, do my to-do list or my calendar the night before, start with something that sounds fun. Maybe that's setting up, your smoothie station, or maybe it is the diffuser, whatever it may be. Maybe putting on a really nice PJ set, and that signals to you it is time for the night routine. That will help you. Number 3, also putting on that helps you have like a muscle memory. So not only are you more able to step into it, but then that also helps you do it without thinking. So that decision fatigue, that reminding you, like thinking of what do I need to do? It's muscle memory, and you start just kind of jumping into it. And even if you're tired, you do it, and then the muscle memory kind of takes over and takes you along your night routine. I have found that to be really helpful. And finally, a tip for you, busy, tired moms, is to put down the phone and the remote. I know Netflix is the way that we relax. I get that, and I'm not saying don't watch shows, but instead of scrolling, instead of watching back-to-back episodes, put down the remote, put down the phone, do your night routine, and then as your reward, if you still have time before your bedtime, go back to it. But I think we unintentionally waste so much time with our phones and our TVs that could be devoted instead to help us have better mornings and have more calm and peace and preparedness that really is going to have this trickle effect into your entire life. So creating routines, create habits, which then means you have to think less. Doesn't that sound nice, just to be able to have systems that allow you to just kind of take a little bit of weight off your shoulders and not having to decide every single day, what do I have to do to feel more put together? So to wrap up, I want you to remember that morning routines create habits that protect what's most important to you, and they help you be a less stressed out morning person. And night routines are there for you to help you have less hectic mornings and have deeper, more restful sleep. I would love to help you create your own customized, flexible morning and night routine so that you can have some more calm and peace and organization and preparedness and just relief and clarity around your life. And I have a course called the Morning and Night Routine Guide. It's simple and it involves visualization, a framework called the Simple Six, and actionable steps that you can take to implement morning and night routines into your life. My students that have taken it have told me that it has been game-changing for them. And some of them thought, I think I know what a morning routine is. I know what a night routine is. I don't need it. And everyone that's taken it says that they have learned something very impactful and big that has pivoted the way they approach their morning and nights. So I want to invite you to join me in the morning and night routine course. It's 4 modules that you can join and take at any time. And because I'm so happy to be here with you today, I am offering a discounted rate for the I Am Mom Summit moms. And you can go to mikaperry.com, click on Get Organized on top, and that'll lead you to my courses. And you can use the code, I'm going to read this so I don't get it wrong, I Am Mom Summit for 15% off the course. From there, I have all kinds of free content. I have a 30-day decluttering challenge. I have blog posts, podcast episodes on Good to Be Home podcast. All of that is available for you for free to support you in this journey of more calm, clarity, organization, and efficiency and joy in your life. So thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope to hear more about your morning and night routine soon. Talk to you later.